There are many things that you can put into your gut that do not add to your energy balance because they're not absorbed. For example, if you take orlistat, you're not going to absorb your fat, you lose weight. And the microbiome can have some very small effects that are similar to this.
Like explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, pretty much. Microbiome-wise, we've talked before about carbs and I think maybe even non-nutritive sweeteners, or perhaps that's coming up. There are many things that you can put into your gut that do not add to your energy balance because they're not absorbed. For example, if you take orlistat, you're not going to absorb your fat, you lose weight. And the microbiome can have some very small effects that are similar to this.
Like explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, pretty much. If you have explosive diarrhea with carbs and fat in it, then you are indeed not absorbing those calories.
Yeah. So I think this is a really interesting, this paper has came out and I haven't done a deep dive into it, but the claim put forth is that eating a microbiome healthy diet, so low in processed foods, high in fiber, decreases the amount of calories someone absorbs from their diet by about 100 calories per day. So the calories are passing through the digestive system. And then on the flip side of this, you have people saying that, well, you're getting some calories from that fiber you're eating. So you eat fiber and you think you're not getting calories, but there's actually, 1 to 2 to 4, depending on the type of fiber we're talking about, calories in that fiber. So this they push back against each other very nicely. It's like, well, people aren't eating enough fiber to begin with. And, that's not the reason that they're gaining weight. And then people add fiber in, and it also doesn't seem to, like, you're adding fiber, it doesn't look like you're getting extra calories by any stretch. Mm-hmm. So they sort of cancel each other out as an excuse. You can't blame fiber as an excuse for the reason you're not gaining weight, or the reason you are gaining weight, not losing weight.
Yeah, fiber is definitely not a net positive, if that makes sense, unless it's Vitafiber, which can no longer be called fiber because it has between 2 and 4 calories per gram. So some fibers are higher. I think previously we've mentioned allulose, one of my favorite technically natural sugar alcohol / fibers, has 0.25 calories per gram. So if you have 10 grams of it, that's 2.5 calories. If you have 20 grams of it, that's 5 calories. So that's something that could add up. Other things that can add up, small amounts of calories from oil and butter, even a tiny bit on the bottom of a pan. Greg Doucette does a good job of mentioning that. He always wants to use the nonstick. I'm not a fan of nonstick myself. I like cast iron, but you still have to count those calories if you're going to count them. Calories from supplements can also add up. So if you're eating 10 different gummy vitamins of various sorts per day, those add up. And then another sort of calories that most people don't like to count is calories after your alcohol, weed, or shrooms, or all three of them together.
Yeah, those calories don't count. I think you have to do all 3 of those in order for the calories afterwards to count.
You check all the boxes, and then your gut will give you the go ahead. All right, you can absorb those calories and not have explosive diarrhea the next morning.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept of, counting calories versus, the intuitive eating. There's a million different plans and protocols and ways for people to try and lose weight out there. And